Hello, hello, hello. It's another coffee time where we look at the news on the Daily Mail website. Last night on BBC4, there's an article about it. We watched it. Threads returned to television. Yes, for those of you who don't know, it was a drama, docudrama. I guess it's a drama with documentary style elements to it that was originally broadcast back in 1984. Some of us remember it. This is why Generation X grew up cold and hard and cynical, for we had the threat of all-out nuclear destruction, AIDS, and then latterly the hole in the ozone layer that was going to wipe us out. So we survived all that, and so we became a little bit hard-bitten and tough. But anyway, yeah. Back in September 1984, the BBC showed a show called Threads on BBC Two, and it's about a nuclear attack on the UK, and it's pretty scary. It was pretty scary stuff. Again, this is just part of the drama. Yeah, his missus has been partially scorched. It's about a bomb going off over the Sheffield area, but the setup of it is brilliant. Again, I saw it as a kid. I can't remember if I saw all of it though, because I might have had to have gone to bed, because it was an hour and a bit long. It was like nearly 2 hours long, and I think I might have missed the ending of it. But anyway, remember it. We might have even shown it. We might have even been shown it at school. You know that. There may have been a videotape. I'm having all sorts. It's unlocking all sorts of memories, because we watched it last night. I said to my daughter Verity, I said to her, we joke about my childhood and how tough it was, how hard it was, but no, because we were under threat of all these things happening. People don't realise that back in the 80s, the threat of all-out nuclear war was a real thing. We had Protect and Survive, the booklet. Over the summer holidays, we watched the video that they produced for that, and very easily, I can't believe they did this. And I go, they did. This is what they did. And there was booklets basically telling you how to survive a nuclear attack, or, as we joked, how to prolong your suffering during a nuclear attack. Again, for the best, it's probably, if there is an all-out nuclear war, it's probably best if you just head to the epicenter of the nuclear explosion and just get wiped out in an instant, rather than the long suffering death by nuclear radiation, the nuclear winter, and then the collapse of society, which is all illustrated in Threads. Now, Threads, Rhys Dinsdale was in it. He's an actor. I don't know if you. He was quite big in the 80s, wasn't he? There was oh God, who else was in it? There was another actress who's still around today. I don't know why I'm bother even telling you, because many of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Karen Meeker, she plays like the lead character in it, and the brilliant setup. I'm going to be talking about this for a lot of coffee time today, because it's kind of captured my imagination. But what they do is they build up the tension by you looking at these people's lives. Just getting on with their days, their work. There's a marriage. There's a young engaged couple, a baby on the way, and in the background you have the news breaking of conflict in Iran, and you think it's 40 years, it's 40 years and nothing has changed, and it slowly unfolds until there's a nuclear strike. And then everything falls apart, well, instantaneously. Done on, again, a fiver, a shoestring budget, but so effective, so harrowing. And like I say, watch it with a strong stomach. If you're one of those people who are weak-minded, don't watch it. After we watched it last night, I said to Verity, so what did you think? And she said, yeah, that's pretty disturbing. And it is. It is a really terrifying look at the nuclear destruction of the world, because that's what it is. And again, it even goes like 13 years after the initial strike. It's just think it's a remarkable. It basically puts us back to medieval times, and it's a remarkable piece of television. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that the BBC have put it on. It's on iPlayer as well, which you can check out. And it is just an amazing piece of work. And I'm so glad that they've shown it again in its 40th anniversary. Where did that time go? But yeah, there's a big article here on the Mail website saying how the BBC's nuclear apocalypse drama threads traumatised viewers with a depiction of attack on Sheffield. And I think it's only been shown something like 3 or 4 times on television. Yeah, and they're showing it again. Originally, it was watched by 7 million people on BBC Two, and it ended up winning 4 BAFTAs. But it also left many viewers traumatised. I think we said God at school. God, that was cool, because we were young kids. I was 13 then, but it is thoroughly disturbing. I don't think I saw the ending, or because if I'd have seen the ending's even it's pretty harrowing. And like I said, they did a really good job with very little money of showing the destruction of Sheffield, and again, it's I just thought it was a remarkable piece of television, which the likes of which you're never going to see again. The BBC or Netflix or anyone could never make a show like this again, because it is so realistic. And on the end, Carl Sagan was one of the advisors, which was nice. Again, I think the C&D might have been involved with it as well, because the lead actress who was in this, she was involved with the C&D, I was reading, and she was quite keen to get it out. So yeah, it was it's a remarkable piece. And round it off with, well, no, When the Wind Blows was by Raymond Briggs. He did a little illustrated book about the very similar thing based on the Protect and Survive booklet. That's a walk in the park compared to this. That's harrowing. And so's the animation. There's also an animation of this. Oh, Verity's just texted me. I wonder what the text is. Excuse me. It could be, I don't know if it's important. Just got this email. Okay, what's the email? Wow, there you go. She's been headhunted for something called Zero Gravity. I don't know what that is. It's a digital community. All right, okay, that's good. Well done. I'm multitasking. Well done. I don't know how important that is, but it's something to do with UCAS. So there we go. Anyway, better get back. Anyway, this is the harrowing image that's often used to promote the show, and it just basically shows the collapse of society, and I thoroughly recommend it. Again, it depresses me. This is why people of a certain generation are just the way we are. I'll tell you, it's because we were subjected to all of this stuff. Watership Down, Plague Dogs, Threads, The Day After, which was the American version with Jason Robards, which I didn't think was as good, but there was many of these things back in the day. Yeah. Anyway, back to the Daily Mail website. I don't know what else have we got here. Oh dear. Oh, let's brighten proceedings somewhat. Right, we've got the 10 most handsome men in the world. Oh, I've made this list. I've got to have made this list. This is Dr. Julian De Silva, who's a facial cosmetic surgeon based in London, and they're using the Greek golden ratio to uncover the 10 most handsome men in the world, according to science. Okay. Okay then. This is. Oh, they've got the pictures, but they haven't got it in a slideshow. Okay, I'm going to do it in reverse order. In number 10 is Shah Rukh Khan, who scores 86%. I don't know who that fella is. I mean, they've got some men on here, but I don't know half of them. Of course, Idris Elba makes number 9, of course. Charles Melton, number 8. 7, Nicholas Hoult. George Clooney in at 6. Jack Lowden at 5. Robert Pattinson at 4. Paul Mescal at 3. And Lucien Laviscant at 2. But Aaron Taylor-Johnson is at number 1. And here he is. Here he is. There you go. No Jason Statham on there. What? So there you go. And that's what the most handsome man looks like. It's alright. It's alright, I suppose. So yeah, it's... Yeah, so Dr. De Silva runs the Centre for Advanced Facial Cosmetic and Plastic Surgery in London. Yes. I've got a feeling this is promotion for his surgery, isn't it? Dr. De Silva said Aaron was the clear winner when all elements of the face were measured for physical perfection. His 93.4% score would easily make him the most handsome James Bond in the history if he does land the role as expected. Well, I don't know about that. So yeah, there you go. It's golden ratio. Have we got a picture of the golden ratio? Because it's the golden ratio is really interesting because you see it in nature. It's I'm just looking for a picture of it. Here we go. This is the golden ratio, and it's often used in art, but it's also found in nature. It's there you go. It's the golden ratio. A lot of artists use it to the old artists to create their paintings, and it gives a balance. Also gives a balance to nature. A lot of plants and flowers grow according to the, you can fit the golden ratio over that. It's fascinating stuff. It's fascinating stuff there. So there you go. Shall we move on? This is a sad. Are you sad? I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm happy, but I'm sad. I'm talking about seasonal affective disorder. I get that when it's a bit miserable. It's not too bad at the moment. It's still bright. When that fug comes in and the nights get longer, winter draws on. Which I'll say to the missus. We've got a map here where you're most susceptible to get sad. And again, it's done geographically. So up in Scotland, this is why they're all on the drink and the drugs. You're most susceptible, whereas down here where we are, we're the least susceptible. Oh God, mind you, London, it's a pretty depressing place, and Wales. So basically, the Scots and the Welsh, they're in for it. Nothing about Northern Ireland. So there you go. That was compiled by lab test company York Test, and this is according to data from the ONS, that is the Office of National Statistics, and the Met Office. Are you sad? Do you get a bit grumpy when it's winter coming in? It's to do with serotonin imbalances, which disrupt and also disruptions in the body clock. So there you go. Yeah, just reading. We've got a quote. Psychologist and SAD sufferer, Dr. Pam Spur. Yeah, I remember Dr. Pam. We like Dr. Pam. She explained, sunlight switches off the production of melatonin naturally. So when you have a decrease in sunlight in the autumn and winter, sufferers do not have their melatonin production diminished. She said. She added that many sufferers also suffer with low serotonin. All right, cool. That's good. She says she can get some sort of grant or bursary. Oh, very good from that site. So I'm doing two things at once here. She said many sufferers suffer from low serotonin, the chemical in the brain that makes you happy. She says, I think it's worsened when you experience something like SAD and you're in a bustling city. You just feel isolated because you do not have the energy. And look, here's a lady looking out the window thinking how sad she is. She's sad. That's a stock image, of course. She's not really sad. She's just thinking. She's thinking about stuff. Good news, everybody. We've got the first man charged under the new laws that were introduced by the last Conservative government, they brought in laws that meant if you steal animals, you're going down for it. It's treated differently. In the past, animals were treated as property. Now they've got new laws now. So yeah, Julian Mead, who's 40, is also charged with attempted murder and making threats with an offensive weapon. My goodness. Emergency crews were called into Bells Lane in Cinderhill district of Nottingham shortly before 9:30 p.m. on October the 1st after reports of an assault. A woman who was injured in her 40s was taken to hospital with serious injuries, and shortly after the attack a dog was reported stolen from a nearby house. This was the area. There you go. Mead of Westall Avenue in Apsley, Nottingham, is charged with attempted murder, making a threat with an offensive weapon in a public place, and taking a dog as to keep it from the person with lawful control. Police say that Mead is believed to be the first person to be charged with dog napping since the Pet Abduction Act of 2024 came into force in August. I jumped a word there. And he appeared at Nottingham Magistrates Court on Tuesday and was remanded in custody to appear in the City's Crown Court on November the 6th. Detective Inspector Julian Emerson Ferry of Nottinghamshire. You say it, Nottinghamshire. I can say Nottingham. Single return to Dottingham. Dottingham. That's an advert from the old days. Said this was a very serious assault, and I'm pleased we've now been able to charge a suspect. Our investigation into what happened will now continue. The whereabouts of the stolen dog is unknown, and I asked anyone with information in this respect to come forward. What's the dog? Does it say what kind of dog it is? No, it doesn't. That's a shame. But yeah, under the new laws, anyone convicted of stealing a pet in England or Northern Ireland faces up to 5 years in jail, a fine, or both. Apparently, figures suggest that an average of 6 dogs a day are stolen across the country, with just 1 in 4 being reunited with their owners. And yeah, that was at Nottingham Magistrates Court, which looks a little bit like that. So there you go. Don't nick dogs. It's really easy to remember, isn't it? What we got? Anything good? No. Let's go to court news. Claire Dent. She's an estranged wife. All right, she was going through a divorce with her husband Paul, but she decided to plant an Apple AirTag on his van, right? Because what she wanted to do, she wanted to prove that he was working whilst refusing to pay child support. So yeah, she tracked him for 2 months with the AirTag every day, and it repeatedly showed up wherever he was going. Yeah, leaving her ex-husband in a state of anxiety. This was heard at Southampton Magistrates Court. Oh yes. A secret surveillance campaign ended when Mr. Dent discovered the gadget when he spotted a strange green wire wrapped around the front grille of the van. But yeah, she was charged with stalking, right? And she did this because her ex was refusing to pay child support and their mortgage. So she took it into her own hands, and you can't do that. You can't plant AirTags on people. It's against the law. And she pled guilty to one charge of stalking without causing fear or distress, and will be sentenced next year. Here she is going into court. You may want to avoid her. If you see her on Tinder, don't swipe right. She will track you down. She will track, and this is a device, a similar device, an AirTag that she used. So there you go. They're great things, but don't use them to track people. Use them to track property. You know, put them in your guitars. That's just an idea. I don't know what else to do. Oh, this is a follow-up to what I was talking about earlier. This is another story about Threads. BBC viewers can't sleep over bleak drama and say everybody in the world must see the film. They should. I thoroughly recommend it. It's also on Internet Archive. If you don't get iPlayer, it's on Internet Archive. You can watch it on there. But yeah, it's like I say, it's the imagery of the woman with the child baby that made me wince back in the day. There's lots of people getting charred and burnt and stuff. Yeah, and people took to X to talk about it. Jules says Threads is frankly one of the most distressing yet brilliant films you'll ever see. But don't watch it if you want to sleep tonight. I thoroughly agree. It is a remarkable piece of television. Joe says, I just watched Threads. I've never seen a film so depressed and bleak in my life. Have you watched The Road with Viggo Mortensen? That equals it. And yeah, the most harrowing drama I've ever seen. Have we got any more? Yeah, some more here. Devon Dad says, as a child I was obsessed and petrified with the Cold War in equal measure, so I guess it's never to unlock the fear by watching Threads again. Bill says, watching Threads from 1984 quite disturbing. Everyone should watch, most of all the world leaders. Well, this is the thing, right? They all know. This is why we're never going to have a nuclear war, because, say, if I know, Putin says, I've won the nuclear codes. He's from Transylvania. I've won the nuclear codes. I like that. It's very good. He's like a vampire. One of his lieutenants will pull out their revolver and shoot him in the back of the head. The same with whichever, I don't know, dumb American leader there is. It's never going to happen because everybody knows what the results are. But yeah, it's I just say go and watch it. Go and watch it. And it will make you ask, why do we have nuclear weapons? Because it's no deterrent. Let the Americans have them, let the Russians have them, and there's no point in us having them because we're all fucked. If they go off, we're all fucked. There's no point in us having them. We could save all that money and spend it on something nice instead, like guitars. There we go. Oh, I remember seeing this. This is a story that happened. Oh, was it last year? Right, I'll show you the clip first. There is a clip, but I want you to learn piano
tried to
first.
Play piano, I bet one of these
Do you want to learn piano? Not
you.
particularly. Right, watch the clip. And there you go. Look at that. Right, slow motion. You've got a little old lady coming in, and whammo, there's the car. You're probably wondering what that is. That, right, is a former policeman crashing his car into a funeral parlour. Yes. This is William McBurney, right? He's 57. Right, he was trying to kill his ex by drunkenly driving his car through the window of her business. Here he is. Well, you can tell look, he's got a bottle of Prosecco there. World's worst granddad, it should have on his t-shirt. But yeah, he was convicted today, this very day. Wow, this is hot news. He was convicted today and sentenced to 13 years in prison and handed 2 years of supervision upon release. His ex, Zoe Turnbull, released a statement through her solicitors. The mother of two said, finally, after 2 years of physical and emotional and practical chaos, we have justice. McBurney was a Jekyll Hyde of Jedburgh, charming in public but dangerous behind the scenes. I believe the attempt on my life happened because he knew he was losing a grip on me, and his extreme act was some kind of warped and cowardly attempt to control things. He was just a forceful monster, encroached on our lives and used violence to get his own way. Wow, I just can't believe. And yeah, this is funeral director Zoe Turnbull, whose business was smashed to pieces by her ex. The the judge, Lord Mulholland, said, "You turned a mode of transport, your vehicle, into a lethal weapon and used it with devastating effect, and he should be thoroughly ashamed of his actions." Yeah. And the attack left Turnbull and her 71-year-old mother injured. Oh my goodness. Shocking stuff. I think he should have got longer. He's obviously a danger to everybody. So that's a little bit of court news for you. What else have we got? Anything good? Of course. Oh God. You know, you've got Hurricane Milton going on at the moment. Again, I'm not going to report on it till everything has been, settled down, because people have died, things have been destroyed. But do you know what you want? You know what you want? You want Russell Brand, right? Who's in Miami saying how he's found God in the hurricane. Grifter's got a grift. Grifter's got a grift. Yeah, in a bizarre post on X, he started rambling, right, linking the storm to his new found Christian faith. He's a Christian now. It's funny that when you're accused of all sorts of dubious, nefarious stuff, that you find God. It's funny that. I always find that amusing. So yeah, don't worry, he wasn't in any danger. Where he was in Florida, nowhere near it. But he said, "I was taught from Matthew that when apostles were dealing with the storm, Peter first asked when he sees our Lord in the water, 'Is that you?' And you don't get out the boat until you know it's Jesus, until you know it's the Lord who's saying, 'Yes, come, yes,' and you can get out." And so on and so forth. But and this is him. If you're having your lunch, look away now. Here's Russell Brand in his underpants doing a baptism, because, hey, that'll look good to the jury, won't it? Grifter's got a grift. There's a lot of grifters out there today. And if you want to give me money, you can join this channel. There's a join button. Yeah, there's also the Patreon, and you can also buy my music, but nobody wants to do that. I don't think anybody noticed. I think I got away with that. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, meanwhile, Florida, because we always joke about Florida Man, don't we? And like I say, Florida's got Hurricane Milton, and you know that Florida Man, he's not going to be scared of some hurricane. He's just doing press-ups whilst waves crashed over him. These guys thought, you know what? Why don't we go surfing? I haven't checked these pictures out. Again, I've got to be careful. Sometimes some people just want to go for a jog. And they wonder why people are dead. I mean, look, here's a boat on the road. Look at that. This is near Port Charlotte in Florida. And this fella, I don't. Hopefully, he's not taking his dog for a walk. Oh dear. So yeah, that was in Sarasota. There's some more damage in Sarasota. But again, I'm waiting for the full reports to come out before we comment on it, because nobody knows the full extent of. Well, I'm not expecting anything. So. What else have we got? Dog's crying. There's no dog cam because she's out there, not in here. Meanwhile, police officers were called to attend at a retirement housing estate in Exeter in Devon. Or have they been fighting over the bingo again? Did Gerald overdose on Viagra and run amok in the common room? Read on. What it is about. Here is the. Oh, there's actually police video as well. We've actually got some video.
The October 7th
Is
attack.
that right?
What happened on October 7th?
Abducted on October 7th.
On the 7th of October.
He witnessed October 7th.
Well, I can't show that because that is a minute advert, right?
Witnessed October 7th.
A minute advert before we're ever going to get it. So we're not going to. I'm just going to show you a. Is there a clip? Here you go. It's a clip of the police investigating the incident. And what is the incident? What have they been fighting over? Well, they were fighting over the location of these flowers. I shit you not. No, this is real. Oh no, demonetised. I said the S word. Video footage taken by residents appear to show a member of staff at the estate knocking on one of the pensioners' doors and explaining the vase is a fire issue. The company that manages the flats, the Guinness Partnership, was called out to investigate, but unsatisfied by the result, one neighbour phoned the police. Upon arrival, the residents were asked by the manager to remove the flowers and place them in one of their flats instead. However, the residents decided they wanted the flowers to remain on the communal window as it brightens up the place. And then another tenant called the police, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Thomas Dunn. Look at him. You can tell he's furious. He's got his arms folded. He is the ne'er-do-well who put the flowers there as he wanted to brighten up the retirement home. I mean, a fire hazard? When have flowers ever been a fire hazard? On a windowsill. Okay. Yeah, and Ian Hunter, he's another one. He's his partner in crime. He said, I decided to put the flowers on the landing window, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. There you go. There you go. And this is the resident who called the police, they reckon. Yeah, he's got his hands in his pockets, so he's ticked off too. So yeah. You'd think they'll be getting on, wouldn't you? You think they'll be getting on. And they added, if it really was a fire hazard, why didn't the fire brigade turn up? A spokesman for the Guinness Partnership said, communal hallways are shared spaces for all residents to use and enjoy. One resident did not want artificial flowers displayed and asked if they were removed. We understand one resident may have called the police following a disagreement. Devon and Cornwall Police said, police were called at 3:50 p.m. on 27th of September to Deepway Lane in Exminster following a report of aggressive behaviour at property. An officer attended and confirmed that all was in order. I imagine if they were fake flowers, then they were probably fire retardant, because those things usually are, aren't they? Sorry. Ferret's telling me the form she's filling in. Meanwhile, Hugh Edwards news. We've got an update on Hugh Edwards news. He was the newsreader who's a very naughty boy. Here he is, looking very. He's saying, "I'm a very naughty boy, but I'm not as bad as Philip Schofield." Apparently, his missus is filed for a divorce. Yeah, Vicky Flint has filed for a divorce. This comes after it was announced that he's put his house up for sale for $4.75 million in Dulwich. Yeah, mortgage has been paid off on that. That's not bad, is it? I reckon he's going to make $2 million in profit. Mind you, he's going to have to probably give half to her, I'd imagine. So there you go. So she's divorced him. I can't think why. Maybe it's because he approached underage boys for pictures. What else have we got? Have we got anything else good here? How long have I done? I feel like I've done far too much. There's only one animal story and it wasn't very good. Oh dear. Come on, give me an animal story. There's got to be one. Did I put one in the folder? Okay, I'm going to do this one. Beach cleaners in Denmark, right? They were doing a litter pickup at Dude. a beach on the Danish island of Bornholm, at its southernmost tip. They picked something up, and they thought, oh, we wonder what kind of sea creature this is. They said, holding it in their hands, and they took a better picture. What's the mysterious creature? Anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess? I knew what it was just by looking at it. Yeah? No? Anyone? It's a humpback whale penis, yes. Beach cleaners Rene Visholm, Morten Gebhardt and Kenneth Nielsen had been picking up rubbish on September the 16th when they found the lengthy member, and they contacted local conservation group which confirmed its nature. Yeah, they said it was a very different day. We thought it was a big weird creature that had washed up on land. It turned out, after some speculation, to be a penis belonging to the young humpback whale. There you go. And they even look. They even took it. They cut a slice of it. So now you know what the inside of a whale penis looks like. I aim to educate. I thank you, and we'll end it there. Yeah, we'll end it there. Let's see if there's anybody in. 9 people in, 1 like. It's not bad. Here is Inch says hi. She says, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I am the most beautiful. Everybody knows that. Andrew's in. He says, I'm in. All right, Andrew. Dog Camp. She's not in the room, unfortunately. Clive's in. Hi, Clive. Payne says, I didn't stay up to watch the show. I'd seen it on YouTube again earlier in the year. Is it like on January the 1st, you settle down every year to watch Threads? Sets you up for the rest of the year. Good one. Payne says, those play the piano ads always have some annoying young chap playing dated 1920s jazz music like Bobby Crush on speed. Andrew says, have they had a storm? Yes, they have. The storm has hit, but I'm waiting for the aftermath, because I don't know if it's still. No, it wouldn't be still night time yet, but there's a lot of speculation about it. I like figures. I like facts and figures before we go in. Mike says, hello, Darren, from Fort Myers, Florida. Powered through Milton with no damage, just the spark lover flying across the field. We give you the news. Mikey, our correspondent in Florida. I'm far-reaching. Look at me, fondling the world. Why won't you go big? Here we go. We can. Oh, just trying to get the chat window up. Oh god, why won't it go? It doesn't go big anymore. Okay, see, look, there is. See, look, Mikey Woods, I think his name is our correspondent in Fort Myers, Florida. He says everything's tickety-boo, so that must be all right then. Thank God for that. Well, I'm glad you're safe. Let's again. Hopefully everybody else is. They reckon 120-mile-an-hour winds. Again, waiting for all the details and the stats to come in. Probably cover it tomorrow. I thought we'd do Threads today because I like Thread. It's good. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for. Oh, Andrew says, what's that next? What's next in the voting thing? I don't know. I haven't reviewed the poll yet. I'm getting around to it. Then I'll ask you guys, and we'll do that. All right. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I think that's what you meant to say. I've got to do it in an encouraging way, and that's the most encouraging way I can do it. That was the news. Killing the channel, one video at a time. You know, you've got to drink it up. Ta-ta.